All right.
So this is where the magic happens.
Yeah, it's where Christine does her magic.
Whiskey is freedom. Like from the very first distilling in Ireland, it's always been the struggle between the powers of big government.
Yeah.
They want to control it, they want to take it, they want to tax it, they want to regulate it out of existence. And we have this cool flag.
That's right.
Tell me what's going on here.
Well, this is the Whiskey Rebellion flag. And I don't even know, we got so excited about this because this is truly the Whiskey Rebellion flag, which is really the liberty of allowing people to sell whiskey without taxes is what this means.
Yeah.
And I think what it means, like you said, with whiskey is freedom, I think whiskey and blood runs through our veins.
Yeah.
Right? And this is what represents to me, is that we are free. It is about liberty. And the fact that they captured it with an eagle like this is just absolutely fantastic.
So the history is like, originally, right after our founding,
Yep.
we've signed the Constitution, George Washington is
That's right.
president. They've accrued all of this debt, and they decided to tax whiskey.
And in Pennsylvania specifically.
And back then, whiskey was not just a wonderful thing to drink, it was actually currency. It was
currency.
value.
They used it to trade and to barter. And when you do the research on it, as soon as they said they were going to tax whiskey, you're actually taxing their barter system.
Yeah.
Which, well, I guess that's what they do today.
Yeah.
So, they said there was going to be an armed rebellion, but as soon as they saw what George Washington brought to bear on them, they dispersed. But 10 years later, Thomas Jefferson came off the top rope.
Yeah.
So that's right. He was for those farmers and those whiskey makers. But I think that was one of the first times that our own government sort of acted where they a confiscatory sort of thing, sort of what we hated, and that's why the Revolutionary War happened.
And it's never stopped. And you, as a small distiller, you're an upstart, you're an
Yes.
entrepreneur, you and your wife launched this distillery.
Yes.
The government of Virginia has tried to stop you every step of the way.
It's a fight that we started 4 years ago, Matt. We're not going to stop. And all of this was based on, when you talk about big government, a monopolized system, a centralized system that favors one business over another, and that uses taxes and fees to stomp out any type of competition. And this is something I think we all need to fight. And that's why the Whiskey Rebellion was so dear to me. Can you imagine a bunch of farmers in 1791? Like, where's your musket, Joe? Because they ain't going to take our whiskey. I mean, there's something beautiful about that in the American spirit. Where else does that happen? And so I believe that you see that whiskey is not just about whiskey. Whiskey Rebellion is not just about us protecting our ability to drink. It's about freedom. And I think you're exactly right. I think vice is freedom too. So I appreciate that very much.
We have to go to the bar and get a bourbon right now.
Right now.
Right now.
Right now.
Let's do it.
Let's do it. Yeah, and maybe just run this flag absolutely
Yeah.
through, the distillery and let everybody know where we stand on this, because I've had enough.